Hi, welcome to Be Joyful 24/7. This is going to be another garden to table segment video, and I'm just stood in one of my favorite places in the house. This is my swing here. I like to sit here and watch the garden. That's my picture window, and we purposefully built that picture window. It's a really bad day today. It's drizzling a little bit, and days like this, I still like to enjoy my garden, and I sit in my swing with a cup of tea or something, and I really love it because I can still watch my garden. You can see in the background outside there. So anyway, let's jump straight into the recipe. It depends on which part of India people come from. Everybody has their own take on this recipe, and it is biryani. Everybody loves a biryani. If it's a special occasion in India, pretty much everybody would like to make a biryani. And the biryani that I'm going to make is very much of a South Indian version of it. So like I said, depending on where you come from or where you travel to in India, the biryani recipe varies. But the biryani that I'm going to make today is going to be a South Indian version of a biryani. Hence, I just thought I just may as well just wear something really South Indian today. Because it's a garden to table segment, I'm going to make you a vegetable biryani. And vegetable biryani can be made in any vegetables of your choice, but obviously for the purpose of this video I'm going to be using vegetables that are grown in my garden. You may have seen actually in my garden tour, recent garden tour that I've just uploaded not long ago. I have lots of vegetables at the moment ready to be harvested, and I have so much tomatoes and onions and everything else that I need for this recipe. I just thought I may as well do a nice biryani recipe. Now, the biryani recipe that I'm going to make today does not involve any pressure cooker or any rice cooker or anything of that sort. It's a biryani. Everybody loves a biryani. So let's jump straight into this video. I'm picking a few beans here. I'm just getting a variety of yellow, green and some purple beans that I'm growing at the moment. Taken all my tomatoes that are ready at the moment. I've brought them inside. I'm not using all of these tomatoes. I'll be using about 5 to 6 because they are very small tomatoes. I'm also taking a few freshly harvested potatoes. I like to take my potatoes whenever I need. So I've taken about 6 small potatoes. I'll wash them, ready to be cut into cubes. This is all you need. I've sliced about 4 to 5 medium-sized onions. I have a cup of sliced tomatoes. I've got my vegetables of my choice, about 1 to 2 cups I would say, of peas, beans and potatoes. I also have a cup of mint leaves and a cup of coriander leaves. For seasoning, I'm taking a couple of bay leaves, about 6 cloves, 2 cinnamon sticks and about 3 cardamom. Do halve this measurement if you're using 1 cup of rice. I've added about 4 to 5 tablespoons of oil. I've added all the seasoning. I'm also adding a teaspoon of ground nutmeg. You can see there, that's ground nutmeg. And I'm adding my sliced onions. And for this recipe, the onions needs to be cooked really, really well. Almost sort of like golden brown color. So this is how it needs to look. It needs to be golden brown. I'm really sorry, but after this, the footage got deleted, but you do need to add about 1 tablespoon of ginger garlic paste and fry that before you add this coriander leaves. I'm really sorry, please do not forget that step. So add a tablespoon of ginger garlic paste, cook that well before you add this coriander leaves that I've added now. Once the coriander leaves have cooked for a couple of minutes, I'm adding my cup of mint leaves. I'm going to make sure it's wilted as well. I'm just going to wait for a couple of minutes. This is how it needs to look. To this, I'm adding 1 heaped teaspoon of chili powder. Just fry it for a couple of minutes with everything. And then I'm adding my sliced tomatoes. The tomatoes needs to turn really mushy and cook well. It'll take about 5 minutes. At this stage, I'm adding my salt. I'm adding about 4 to 5 teaspoons of salt, but you do change it according to your taste. but I would say 4 to 5 teaspoons because we're cooking this with the rice as well. Combine everything really well. And at this stage, I'm adding my chopped beans and shelled peas. You can add any vegetable of any choice. You can add carrots instead of peas or beans. You can use cauliflower, broccoli, any vegetable of your choice. These are the vegetables I've chosen to use today. I've added my diced potatoes. Mix everything really well, and I'm going to add a cup of water, and I'm going to cook this now for about 10 to 15 minutes with the lid on until the vegetables are cooked really well. So there you go. This is how it needs to look. So all the moisture is gone, and you can see the vegetables are cooked really well. At this stage, I'm adding my rice. So I've taken 2 cups of rice that's been washed well and been soaking for about 20 minutes. I've talked to you about this in my previous recipe, so please remember that. It needs to be soaked for 20 minutes. So I've taken 2 cups of rice, so I'm adding 4 cups of water. The measurement is really, really important. Mix everything well. Check for salt as well and for spice, and you can add salt or chili powder at this stage. I'm going to put the lid on and I'm going to cook this for about 15 minutes until something like this. Now this is really important. The moisture is not completely gone. You can see a little bit of water left and the rice is about 3/4 cooked. This is the stage you need to really remember, and at this stage we're going to give everything a bit of a mix. And we're going to cover this now with some aluminium foil, and we're going to put the lid back on and cook for further 10 minutes, just exactly for 10 minutes on a low medium heat. After 10 minutes, we're going to remove this off the flame and keep it aside resting for further 20 minutes, and still don't open the lid for the next 20 minutes. So it has been 20 minutes and the rice has been resting for 20 minutes, and I've opened the lid now, and if you open the aluminum foil you can see the rice is cooked perfectly. Now if you follow those steps you will get a perfect biryani. So I've served my biryani on a plate ready to be eaten. You can eat this with any other side dish of your choice. I just thought I'll sit down as well in my swing and finish this outro, but I'm also going to show you how the garden looks. It's a miserable day, but like I said, this is a really lovely spot. You can still enjoy the garden. You don't have to go outside into the garden to enjoy it. So I really hope you are going to try this recipe at home, and I'm going to show you a very quick clip as to how the garden's looking from where I'm sitting. So this is how the garden looks from where I'm sitting. You can see everything from here, and that was the whole purpose of this picture window. I really love sitting here. I really hope you enjoyed watching this video. I'll see you again soon. Bye.